What's up, guys? We're here again with Mr. Dominic, and we're going to go over some guard passing tips today, specifically with toriondos. So when we're looking to go into passes with toriondos, understand that when you're working no-gi, you don't have the luxury of grabbing your partner's pants, which means that the grips that you make aren't going to be grips that you hold for a long time. They're going to be more of touch and go grips. So what's most important when we're looking at no-gi toriondos is the footwork. So when I go in and I go to start passing my partner's guard, understand that from here, the footwork is the most important, not the grips on my partner's ankles and knees. So right from here, when we go in, the footwork is gonna be very specific. I take a small outside step with my left foot. When I take a cross step with my right foot, I make sure that it's past my partner's hip line, the line that draws his two hips together. If I step to his hip line, it puts no pressure on him whatsoever. The second I step past Dominic's hip line, now he's in real jeopardy of having his guard passed. Now right from here, we take a cross step and we pivot so that our knee points towards our partner's far hip. Here. If I stay here, Dominic can bring his legs in and start going into all kinds of attacks on me. My knee's in the wrong position, I can't access his feet. When I pivot and I point my knee towards his far hip, when he goes to enter my legs, it'll be much harder for him to do, and my hands are right here to catch his ankles. And now from here we can go in and start walking north-south, or passing right from here, or moving back to the opposite side. So the first thing is, when I go to take grips with my partner's ankles, I take a grip, I touch, and I go. So I just grab the ankles and I throw, like so. Small step. Now I take a big cross step, past my partner's hip line, and now a pivot to point my knee towards his far hip. And now we can go into passes here. If I see he brings his knees in and I'm having a lot of issues passing on this side or getting anything going, then we take a small step out past our partner's hip line, we lean our weight onto our right foot, and as his knees goes to face me, we take a cross step past the hip on the opposite side. Now from here we pivot, and now we're in position, ready to go. So we play this footwork game where every time we pass from one side to the other, we immediately get past his hip line and get ready to go to pass his side control, pass to north-south, or move across on the opposite side. So we go in, 1, here, 2, here, 3, pivot. Now he goes in, he goes to bring his knees in, 1, 2, 3. He brings his knees in, 1, 2, 3. Knees in, 1, 2, 3. And every time, we're legitimately past our partner's hips and ready to put him in pressure, and put him in situations where he genuinely has a danger of getting his guard passed. If I don't step past his hip line, his guard is maintained still by pushing me away with his legs. The second I step past his hip line, he can only maintain guard by pulling his knees to his chest. And this inherently is a lot weaker of a position for him and a lot more taxing as far as fatigue goes. It's a lot more tiring for Dominic to maintain guard by pulling his knees to his chest rather than pushing his feet away from his chest. Every time we get past that hip line, we are putting massive amounts of pressure and strain on his abdomen by pulling his knees to his chest, trying to maintain guard from here. Which is why stepping all the way past the hip line is so important from here. Okay? So just some tips with toriondo. When we're looking for guard passing and toriondo no-gi, the grips in the legs and the feet, the knees aren't as important. What's important is my footwork. I make sure that with every step, I'm past my partner's hip line on one side or the other. And the legs, the hands, just touch and go. Until we're ready to go in and start our passing game. So just some guard passing tips with no-gi toriondos.